Hey guys, I'm here today to talk about the infraspinatus. This is all one word, it's just really long. So if you remember last time we talked about the supraspinatus, so on your scapula, this is called the spine of your scapula. It's this bony ridge you can sort of feel back here. Supraspinatus is above the spine, infraspinatus is inferior or below the spine. And this muscle comes out across your scapula to your arm bone out here, your humerus, and it rotates your arm outward. Okay, so on my shoulder, what that looks like is this muscle comes up this way and attaches out here to my humerus, or this upper arm bone, and it rotates my shoulder out like this. Okay, so there are a lot of muscles that rotate us in. This is the only one that rotates us out. This muscle is not quite as prone to tearing as supraspinatus because it does not have the same exposure to physical friction. However, because it's small and working against a lot of big muscles, it's really prone to strain. It's also very prone to trigger points, which are knots in a muscle, and I will make another video about that. That's a whole other discussion. But knots in this muscle can definitely be made worse by the strain that we put on it, and they can cause all kinds of weird pain patterns, like wrapping around your shoulder, pain deep in your shoulder, the whole thing sort of aching, pain up in front. So sometimes when we have these kind of like weird, mysterious, unexplained shoulder pains, it can actually be because there are knots in this muscle. So please go see a massage therapist about that. Hit me up if you want me to work on it, I'd be happy to. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this muscle when it comes to pole. So the thing with pole is that we're usually here, right? Our arms are in front of us. I mean, unless you're doing ballerinas, but you don't start out with those. So your arms are up in front of you, and we sort of just have this natural tendency to be hanging out of this muscle. To strengthen it specifically, get some sort of resistance band. They have them at Target, I don't know, Walmart, sports places, the internet, TJ Maxx. They're pretty easy to find. You can Google Theravance. And attach one end to the pole, okay, hold the other end, make sure that the upper half of my arm is completely against my body, the elbow's not going to move, and I'm going to rotate out this way to start to strengthen that muscle. So this is a really, really important exercise. If you have any sort of shoulder problem, impingements, tendonitis, whatever, just generalized pain, this is probably one of the most important things that you can be doing for yourself, especially as a poler on an apparatus where you're always being pulled forward. All right, so let's talk about, I'm just going to talk about pencil spins today. There are a lot more things that we can cover, but let's just stick to this so we don't talk forever. Don't ever do this, because if I am spinning on my pencil with my elbows together, okay, if I take my arms down, look where my shoulders are. They're completely rotated inward, which is just death to the shoulders. So before you even set the spin up, roll them down and back. I tell people, like, you're Superman and you're ripping off your shirt. So rip off your Superman shirt, okay? And then try to keep your shoulders back all the way in this position. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as you bring your arms forward. And this is where you want to try to be as you go around, okay? Whew. It is physically more challenging, but something that's going to allow you to have a much more sustainable pole career in the long run. So this is actually an exercise that you can do. You can just hold the spin with your elbows apart, work with your resistance bands, go get a massage, and good luck, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, all right? Thanks.